I hate it when I go out and need to bring my keys to lock my door. If I want to check the mail or walk the dogs, I always have to carry my keys with me. Wouldn't it be awesome if I didn't need to carry any keys and the door would lock and unlock itself? Now I'm all about the home gadgets that make your life easier at this channel. One thing I literally use every day now for 3 years is my Schlage smart lock. If you don't have one already, it's definitely something you need in your everyday life. Today, I'm not only going to show you some tips and tricks on how to use it, I'm also going to show you how easy it is to set up. What is up, guys? It's Chris with Everyday Chris and welcome back to my channel. Let's start this year right by adding some safety features for our home. With all the smart locks out there are a ton of options to choose from. There's even a ton of sub-options that Schlage offers. However, I went with Schlage for a few reasons. First, they're a well-known brand for all kinds of door locks. Second, they're one of the first few lock companies out there to provide a smart lock, so they've been in the game for a while now. Lastly, their warranty is the best out of all the smart locks because the motor does tend to die a bit quicker with automated locks. The two locks I've tried is Kwikset and Schlage. My Kwikset automatic lock died after a year and 1 month, and their warranty was 1 year, so I was out of luck. A popular smart lock called August Smart Lock also only has a 1-year warranty. Schlage is one of the few companies that gives you a 3-year warranty. So for instance, I had my Schlage Smart Lock and it died about after 2 years. So I simply called them up and told them what happened and they sent me a new one, no questions asked. And for me, that's worth it right there. Now, why should you get a smart lock? The question you should be really asking is why haven't you got a smart lock already? First, you don't need to carry your keys everywhere you go. If you walk the dogs or if you want to take a step outside to check the mail, you don't need the lock for your keys because the lock doesn't need a key. Second, if you have any family or friends who need access to your home, you can create a guest code or create a specific user code for them to use. Third, and this was extremely important, when we had the fires here in Southern California and we had to evacuate, I wasn't home in time, so my neighbors had to get the dogs for me. If I didn't have a smart lock, there's no way they would have been able to get inside without breaking a window. However, because I had a smart lock, I simply gave them a code, or I just used my phone to unlock the door from anywhere in the world, and they were able to get inside and get my dogs to safety. So there's a couple things you want to look for when you're looking into a smart lock for your home. The first and most important thing is compatibility for your future system. Most people want to stick with Alexa and Ring, so you want one that's Z-Wave enabled. If you are deciding to go with Apple Home, however, their choices are more limited, but they do have a ton of smart lock options as well. The Schlage BE469 smart lock has a ton of features that make your lives easier. First off, because it uses Z-Wave, it's compatible with Samsung SmartThings, Wink, Ring, and can be controlled with Amazon's Alexa or Google Home. You can even ask your virtual assistant if the front door is locked and she'll respond to you with the correct answer. Is the garage door locked?
Checking. Hang on. The garage door is unlocked.
Also, if you're too lazy to go and lock the door yourself, you can simply tell her to lock the door and she'll lock the door remotely.
Locking. Hang on. The garage door is locked.
One amazing feature with the Ring app is if you have the Ring alarm, you can enable or disable the alarm with your smart lock. I found this feature super useful because I always hated unlocking my door and rushing to the keypad to turn off the alarm. However, now I simply have to enter my code through the door lock and it automatically disables the alarm, which is awesome. You also get push notifications through your phone if someone locks or unlocks the door. What's awesome about the Schlage BE469 is it also has a built-in alarm. So let's say someone tries to input an incorrect code too many times or they try to force their way into your door, the alarm will emit a loud 110 decibel shrill. This is a great feature to scare away any potential intruders without your alarm actually going off. The lock itself holds up to 30 codes and can be inputted manually through the lock itself or through the Ring app. Through the Ring app, you just have to go to your devices, click on the base station of your Ring alarm, find the lock, click the lock access, and you can manage and add users to enable or disable the alarm as well as the door. Now, I did want to point out that because it is Z-Wave enabled, in the past, you had to use a hub to control the smart lock. However, now Ring is using their alarm base station as the hub, which is why everything is controlled through that alarm base station. So if you don't have a Ring alarm base station, you can still use the smart lock. However, you will need a hub like a Samsung SmartThings hub. So to set up a user code through the Ring app, all you simply have to do is go to your devices, click on the base station, find the lock, Click the lock access and you can manage and add users to enable or disable the alarm as well as the door. For instance, my cousins come over all the time and I can simply give them a code, say 1234, and it can automatically unlock the door as well as turn off the alarm so they have easy entry into my home. FYI, never use a code like 1234 unless you want to get robbed. I'll also explain how to add a code directly to the device later. Say you don't remember if you locked your front door, you can simply open up your phone, check to see if the door is locked, and if it's not locked, you can just press a button and the door will lock automatically. Now with any electronic wireless device, many people are worried about being hacked. While I don't know too much about hacking and all that encryption detail, it does use the highest grade standard S2 encryption, and that prevents hackers from accessing your smart lock remotely. The lock is also waterproof to the elements. I also love this smart lock because it's a simple touchpad that works great. It also doesn't attract fingerprints, and if you do see a buildup of fingerprints in one area, you can easily wipe it away. And I love how it has a physical key just in case the lock dies or the battery dies. As far as battery life goes, the Schlage BE469 has an amazing battery life. With heavy use and automatic locking, the battery has lasted me well over a year, and it's still at about 70 to 80%. It will also beep letting you know the battery level is low. So now you know you want a smart lock, but how hard is it to set up? Well, lucky for you, I removed my current lock to show you how easy it was to install. Once you remove your old lock, you're left with a hole in your door. You take the bolt and strike plate and place it in the door. You can use the reinforcement plate if you like, but I didn't want to worry too much about drilling new holes in my door. The first thing you want to do is make sure that the bolt is facing up, so the word top is on the top. Then you want to make sure that the slot in the bolt should be in the center of the door hole. You can also adjust the bolt size depending how large your door is, but you always want to make sure that that slot is in the middle. Next is the touchscreen. When you're installing the touchscreen, make sure that little bump is aligned with the slot on the bolt. Also, make sure that the wiring goes underneath the bolt so it doesn't get pinched. After, you're just going to use that large silver backplate and place it on the inside of the door. And this is what holds the touchscreen. Make sure you see the word top on the silver backplate and align it so that it's straight. Screw it in, but never use a drill as you may damage the circuit board. After, you simply take that super large black thing, that's what she said, and place it over the silver backplate. Make sure you tuck the wire in the plastic groove so it doesn't get in the way. Then align the bump with the silver locking piece and then screw it onto the back plate. So this is pretty much where you want to test the locking mechanism first before you install everything else. Simply turn the lock to the left and right and make sure it glides smoothly. If it doesn't glide smoothly, you simply have to remove it, adjust your bolt, or simply adjust the way that you installed it. That way it has a more secure fit. Make sure that the bolt glides smoothly when locking or unlocking. If you feel that it catches, that means you need to readjust, as this can drain your battery like crazy. After, you simply install 4 AA batteries, then enter the user code on the back and it enters setup mode. Make sure you guys don't throw the manual away, or take a photo with your phone so you have it for reference, because that program code on the back of the manual is how you get into the settings option in the lock. If you have a ring alarm, you can skip this step. However, if you don't, use the keypad to adjust all the settings. For instance, if you want to add a user code, keep the door open, but make sure that the bolt is engaged. And then press the Schlage button on the touchscreen. Then enter the program code. Press 1 to add a code or 2 to delete. Enter the code twice, and you'll see a green arrow showing that it worked. You can also enable things like vacation mode, where it turns off the screen so the only way to unlock it is with an actual lock. You can enable or disable auto lock, which I love. We have it enabled on our front door, so our door locks automatically after 30 seconds. To enable or disable or modify the alarm on the smart lock itself, you simply press the rubber button on the back and hold it for 5 seconds to enable it. Then you'll see a bunch of red LED lights on the side, the middle, or the right-hand side. Press the Schlage smart lock for 2 seconds and you can cycle through the different settings. If the Schlage is lit on the left, for instance, the door will beep whenever the door is opened or closed. If it's in the middle, it will beep if it senses the door is being tampered with. And if the red line is on the right, which is for what I use, if it senses the lock is being manipulated in any way or there's too many incorrect attempts, it will beep as well. And that's pretty much it. It's super easy to set up And if you have the ring system, it integrates so well. Thanks for watching my video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button, and I'll see you guys next week.